What's going on, guys? My name is Trevor. Welcome back to the channel. Shazam! Fury of the Gods hit theaters this weekend and making it 13th and final DCEU movie. The DC Extended Universe is all 13 movies we are talking about today. We're going to be ranking them and placing them on their proper tiers. Join me down below in the comment section. What's your favorite DCEU movie? What's your least favorite? And what are you going to miss most before we head into the DCU? And what are your thoughts on Shazam! Fury of the Gods? Let me know that down below in the comment section. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. And let's hop into these tiers. Starting off with our tiers, we have top 3, then we have great, then we have good, then we have okay, then we have meh, then we have bottom 3. These movies are in no particular order, so let's start off with the first Shazam! I'm going to put the first Shazam, honestly, in the meh tier. I was not the biggest fan of this movie. I wanted a lot more, and from how everyone loved this movie, I really wanted to love it, and I think I always told myself I loved it more than I actually did. It has some fun in there. Zachary Levi does a good job. He's the best part about this movie, absolutely. I just never found this movie all that funny, and I didn't have that much fun when watching it. I know what you're saying, Trevor, you just hate fun, so I understand, but Shazam's in meh. Then we have Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. Everyone hates on me for loving this movie so much, and I don't care, but it's going in the great tier. Damn near could go in the top 3 tier for me. Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn is a fantastic, gory, raunchy movie with one of my favorite DCEU villains in Roman Sionis. And Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn, they're the forefront of this movie. Had no idea how this movie was going to work. I was not looking forward to it whatsoever. And when I got this movie, how raunchy, hard R it was, I fell in love. It's a little quirky, it's a little cheesy, but I love the style, I love the tone, and I love the character of Harley Quinn. And Ewan McGregor as Roman Sionis, ugh, cherry on top. I freaking love this movie. Then we have the Snyder Cut. I've only seen this movie the once because it is so long and so epic, but it's going in that top 3 tier. Can we just talk about how different the DCEU would have been if actually this movie came out all those years ago? Just think about it. The DCEU would probably be a lot better off than it actually ended up being. This movie is everything and more we could have wanted, and they set up so much with this movie, from the whole Nightmare realm to having Darkseid come back. Like, he was the Thanos of the DC universe. This was everything and more he could have wanted. Zack Snyder delivered a fantastic film, one of my favorite comic movies of all time for that matter. Then we have Black Adam. I'm putting Black Adam in the good tier. I had a lot of fun with this movie. It just felt like one of those movies you couldn't take too seriously. It had a bunch of awesome action. The Rock being The Rock. What's not to love with that? I know a lot of people do not like this movie, and that's A-okay. But I had just so much fun watching this, hanging out with some friends, and that's what it felt like. A movie you're hanging out with your friends. I love the Justice Society. I thought they were great characters. Hawkman was dope. Dr. Fate was so cool. I loved a lot with this movie. And the only reason it's not going to go in great for me is just because we're not going to see his character ever again. So it's in the good tier because I had a good, fun time with him. Then we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam! Fury of the Gods is going to go in the meh tier as well. Right there with the other Shazam. These movies are equally at 2.75, 3 out of 5. They try to have fun. They try to have an enjoyable time. But they seem very familiar. I like Fury of the Gods, I think, a little bit more than the first Shazam. But both of them in the meh tier. I'm sorry for hating on Shazam. I didn't realize I was going to do that, but here we are. Then we have 2016 Suicide Squad, bottom 3 tier. This is probably the top of the bottom 3 because this is the one movie that got my fiance into superhero movies. She absolutely loves it, and I have some fun with it. I saw it twice in theaters, and I enjoyed it, but it's upon rewatch, and rewatch you find more holes, more problems, and the pacing is incredibly slow, but for the most part, I had fun with this, and I'm one of the people, I would like to see the Ayer cut one day. We'll see if we ever get it. Then we have Man of Steel, and Man of Steel 1000% is going in the great tier. This is the best Superman movie of all time. Henry Cavill as the Man of Steel is everything and more he could have wanted. I wish we were getting him back for a Man of Steel 2, and that's everything that Black Adam set up, and then James Gunn said, no, go home, Man of Steel Henry Cavill fans. So it was quite an era, a great movie with an even better score. Then we have James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, top 3. This is absolutely fantastic, and it might be my favorite DCEU movie. The Suicide Squad gave us everything and more that 2016 Suicide Squad didn't. A crazy group of characters all put on screen together with the whole smaller bullets joke, or just everything that Peacemaker says and led into the Peacemaker show. The Suicide Squad is dope, fantastic, and insane. If I explained this movie to someone, they'd probably hate it. My fiance absolutely hated this movie because the giant starfish at the end. Like, what's not to love about that? I thought it was epic. I thought it was awesome. Then we have Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's going in okay. I've never been a big fan of Wonder Woman for whatever reason. Everyone loved it. I saw this one in theaters. I came out thinking, like, I just wanted so much more. Like, so much more. And upon rewatch, I still wanted more. I thought the filmmaking towards the end of the film, what Chris Pine says to her, like, you can't hear it at first, and it goes back, and he's like, I love you. I thought that was done really well. Just the third act was a little let down, and it's a pretty big letdown. And at the end of the day, I just wanted more from Wonder Woman. Then we have Batman versus Superman. And I always talk about the Ultimate Edition because that's the only one I ever watched. It's going in top 3 for me. It's everything you want from a Batman movie and a Superman movie. They're on screen together. I never really liked how, like, oh, we hate each other, we're fighting. Now we're going to work together. That's my biggest gripe with the film, but the Ultimate Edition is the one I always go back and rewatch. And every time I rewatch it, I have a smile on my face, and I freaking love it. Then we have Wonder Woman 1984. Bottom 3 tier. This might be my least favorite over Suicide Squad and another movie about to go down here. I wanted everything and more for this movie. I wanted to love it. I watched it on Christmas Day at home on HBO Max, and it literally did not deliver at all. One of the most boring movies I was dozing in and out of, and on Christmas Day of all days, I was expecting to love a movie. I was such a good mood, and it took me way down, and I was not a fan of this movie whatsoever. Then we have Aquaman. I'm going to put Aquaman in good. I had quite a bit of fun with this movie. I love James Wan, one of my favorite filmmakers. So this movie is long and it's epic, but it's really done well. And the visual effects are done very well. And it might be a little bit too long, but Jason Momoa is a lighthearted, fun character, and they hit hard on that. It's epic. It's grand. He's the rightful heir to the throne. He must take it. It's cliche. We've seen it before, but the underwater fight sequences are epic and awesome. And I love the ocean. I'm very fascinated with it, so maybe that's why I like it a lot more than other people. And finally, we have Justice League. Bottom 3 tier. And that's going to do it for the DCEU ranking. What's your favorite and least favorite DCEU movie? Let me know all that down below in the comment section. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.